মুহূর্তে মিলন আসে, সে মাধুরী অনুপম কান্তি মধুরতম, মুগ্ধ মানসে মম নাশে পাপ তাপ ভয়, সে মাধুরী অনুপম কান্তি মধুরতম, মুগ্ধ মানসে মম নাশে পাপ তাপ ভয়। মুগ্ধ মানসে মম নাশে পাপ তাপ ভয়, হৃদয়ে জাগে শান্ত শীতল রাগে, মোহতে মিলন আসে প্রেমময় আবার, গলিত মধুর হাসি করুণায়নে মাখি, আদরে মোরে ডাকে হেসে হেসে কথা কয়, হৃদয়ে জাগে শান্ত শীতল রাগে, মোহতে মিলন আসে প্রেমময় আবার।
Timing, though it is written 7:30, we're supposed to. Perhaps it was given that for meditation after the prayer. But we can utilize this time now after discussion, and we can have some other question answers also. So let us begin. Swami Vivekananda, he is saying that this theory of Ishta requires careful attention. Theory of Ishta Devata is very difficult. For the Hindus, for the Indians, it may be that it is easy because we're growing to it, so we don't feel any difficulty. But for many others, it's really, there's so many gods and goddesses are there, which one I should choose, and then how I can proceed, what actually ultimate goal we are going to reach. So rather it will be sectarian, the thing, idea. So this is my God, this is my goddess, and I am going to follow this. So that will be completely sectarian, but no, it's completely different. How it is, that's why Swami Vivekananda said that we must be very, very careful, and it requires careful attention. Then he says, the word Ishta means choose. The Ishta means we have to choose. And how we'll choose, as we have already quoted from Bhagavan Sri Ramakrishna, the which one is appealing to you, that you should. Here, we have to understand the Vedanta has two schools, Dvaita and Advaita. The one school is completely different, Advaita. No two, all means negative. Dvaita means two. There is no two, there is only one. So if I am all everything, then I need not to bother about a chosen God or anything, because I am that. But this is very difficult. Why? That may give a wrong conception of an ego. I am that God. So only a very few, those who have completely eradicated their ego can follow the Advaita. So Advaita should not be taught with everyone. They say, previously they used to say, Advaita should not, because it's a wrong conception. They will think it a different way. I am that Supreme God, and I am all pervading, I don't have any sin. In that way, if they start thinking, it will be hypocritic way of spiritual life. Though he is behaving completely different way, but he is thinking I am pure, I am all pervasive, I am all powerful. will be completely deeper into way and he will ruin or she will ruin herself. So one must be careful. Now, Ishtadevata, there's a duality too. My God is there, I am also here. And that is another school of Vedanta, Dvaita Vedanta. Advaita, Advaita. Advaita, of course, is valid path, but difficult for many. It's mainly for the monastics, mainly for the monks who have given up everything. So they don't feel that one I-ness. So for them, it is easy to practice. But when I have a family, it's difficult to practice Advaita. So Dvaita, the God. Advaita means that Ishta means you have to choose. How you will choose? There are so many options are there. In the duality, they say you can develop a relation with God as a friend. The God is my friend. So you need not to worry about that. A friend is a complete different. I'm very frank with God. I share many things with my friend. The Arjuna and Krishna, they were friends. The example of God and a devotee, the becoming friends, Arjuna and Sri Krishna. In the Bhagavad Gita, we find that the Arjuna, in one place, is telling, because in the 11th chapter, when we see that the Krishna is showing him that he is all pervasive God, because Arjuna never believed it. How can it be that you are my friend? How can you claim that you are God when the Krishna said, you and me again and again, we were born. I remember everything, but you don't. Then Arjuna was doubting how it is. Can you please show me? Then when he showed that, then Arjuna, that heroic personality, he also became afraid. He said, no, 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 become normal, because I cannot bear it anymore. Afterwards, Arjuna is telling, I'm so sorry. I couldn't understand that you are Supreme God and behaving just in a friendly way. Sometimes I called you as a friend, sometimes they're patting on the back or pushing. I did all those things with you. But you are the Supreme God, please forgive me. So that is a wonderful relation. The God and the devotee can become friends. And the God and the devotee can become son and the mother, son and the father. And the God is the son and the devotee is the mother. And the mother is taking care of the son. Now, God is all powerful. God is doing everything. But the mother thinks he doesn't know anything. As all the time, the mother always thinks the child cannot do anything. I have to take care. I have to prepare food for the baby. I have to prepare the dress and everything. So there is a unique relation, the Ma and Shantana, mother and the child, that relation. And we find that Krishna again with his foster mother, Yashoda. They have a wonderful relation like that. Krishna sometimes wanted to tell her that don't worry about me, I am Supreme God. Sometimes he used to show, but the mother won't believe. And he tied that little baby, was crawling only, with a huge and very heavy wood log, and thinking that the baby won't go anywhere, it will be nearby. But the baby took that heavy log and pulled the two other trees and pulled it down. Seeing that, the mother thought maybe some ghost has entered into the baby and doing it. So she was about to call some other people to free the baby from the influence of the ghost. So the mother won't believe that that was the problem. And he took a little mud in the mouth, as the children they always do, eating everything. And mother opened the mouth and saw the whole universe. Oh, my God. But still the mother thought, no, something wrong. So the mother and the son, that is a wonderful relation. God is taking care of everyone. Here, the mother is thinking, I have to take care of the baby child. So another is the third relation, that I am the servant of God. is the Hanumanji and Sri Ramachandran, the classical example. Hanumanji was a very, very learned person. And he was having the physical power, tremendous physical power. Atulita baladhama, in that way they are expressing that it is impossible, so much of power he was having in the physically. And he was having not only physical power, but yogic power also. He had all the yogic, the power, he could make himself the small, little, tiny, and huge. He could fly, he could do so many things. He could change his form. All those things were there in his power, but still he used to think, I am the servant of Sri Rama. Sometimes the devotees they say, look at it. The God himself could not reach to the other shore of that island where Sita was prisoned. He had to make a bridge to go there. But his devotees, Hanumanji, he just jumped over there and crossed the ocean. But still Hanuman is to say, I am the servant of Sri Rama. When the Ravana came, when the final war, the Ravana came on a chariot which was very high, almost three-storied building type. So he was on the top of the chariot, and from there he was shooting at the Sri Rama, who was standing naturally on the ground. And how to save himself, because he was on the much below, and to shoot the Ravana was difficult. He was on the top. Hanumanji make himself a huge body and put the Rama on his shoulder and made him equal. So the three-storied building type, the huge body. And the Ravana started shooting at the Hanuman's body, all so many hundreds of arrows. Nothing happened to him. So that yogic power he was having, he could say that Rama, you better sit, I will go and kill that man. There is no problem for me. But he didn't say that. No, no, you have to do that. This is called Dasha. He is maybe apparently more powerful, more intelligent, having many other qualities, but still so humble. Why? Because no ego. If you have the ego, you will never be able to, a servant of God. I have done everything, you will say. So to become a volunteer in a spiritual, religious organization is very difficult. Why? There, you are doing everything, but you won't be able to claim, and you should not claim. And if you claim that, I have done that, you are not getting the benefit of spirituality. So everything that you are having, you have to give it to God. Now we have joined an Ramakrishna order, a monastic order. So many qualified Swamis are there. They're writing books, they're spreading the message, they are developing different type of organizations. So all this contribution, so the Ramakrishna mission is growing. Any institution, it grow because of the contribution of the members. But if you go and ask them who has done it, the Ramakrishna mission. They will never claim that I have done it. If they say I have done it, that means is tapasya, is austerity, is services to God done. Why? Because ego is there. I have done. The moment you claim, so this is really, really difficult. First is Dashya, then Shakya, then Vatsalya, comes Madhura. This Madhura Bhava, this is a different. Madhura is very, very difficult. God is my beloved. By that way, they are doing the sadhana. So I love God. And how? As my husband. Or as my, this is the way the Krishna was looked by the Radhika as her beloved. By that way she developed her devotion. And finally, another is Shanta, completely unaffected. Why? They have realized that God can do everything. So they won't do anything of their own. They're not part of it. In the Mahabharata, those who have read the story, the Draupadi, when they were trying to assault Draupadi over there, all people were there. Draupadi was crying. She, and then the Bhishma, the great soul, he was also present and quietly sitting. Ultimately, Draupadi told him that, sir, you are quiet, so bad things are happening before you want to say anything. Then the Bhishma said, mother, daughter, be quiet, and pray to the God. You see what happens. Because Bhishma knew that ultimately Draupadi will pray to God and God will show his power before everyone. So that's why he knew all this. So he was waiting. And when I was a very young boy, so if you that condition was if you study from Monday to Saturday, Sunday morning we could go to a movie. So we used to go to see the movie, particularly Tarzan movie. In those days that was very popular. So we went to see the Tarzan movie. I was excited and I saw that a tiger is slowly approaching to Tarzan and Tarzan from the back. So to make the Tarzan aware that the tiger is coming to you, I stood up on the chair in the movie hall and started shouting, Tarzan, the tiger is there at your back. The someone from the back told the Tarzan knows you see the Afterwards, when it little grew up a little, then they said, there was camera, so many people were there, and all the tigers are not real tigers, and you need not to worry about it. So that means those who know, they are not worrying about all the problem that is coming. We are worrying because we do not know what is going to happen afterwards. We don't know the past, we don't know the future, we only see the present and we are worrying. But those who know the past and the future, they don't worry for the present. And that is called Shanta. Another example, those who have read the biography of Sri Ramakrishna or the Ma Sharadamani Devi, you know the mother, for the first time, the young lady of 18 years old, she that time came to her husband to Dakshinesha. And in those days, coming from the village like Jairambati was so difficult. First you have to walk, then the bullock cart, then sometime palanquin, then you have to take a boat, then only you can reach. You can imagine. And that time she was coming with her mother, Shama Sundari Devi. Now when they reached to the destination after so much journey, then suddenly one relative was there, was to look after Bhagavan Sri Ramakrishna. He said, standing by the side of the Sri Ramakrishna, hey, you people started your journey on such and such date and time? That was inauspicious. You should go and change the time. Go back again. Can you imagine? It is not that you go back and stay and next day you come. And Madhur was looking at Sri Ramakrishna, he was quiet. He didn't say anything. And if anyone else would have been there, then naturally, oh, that means my husband don't want that I should come and crying, these, so many things would have happened. But Mother didn't say anything. Mother looked at on the top of the temple, there is always a flag. And that is the symbol of God. Whoever goes to the temples, the system is after worshipping the god or goddess inside the temple, you should look on the top at the flag. But that is the ideology, that is the main. So she looked at that and said, Mother, if you call me in future, then only I will come, otherwise not. Sri Ramakrishna knew all of this. So he never said anything. He knew that it will be really, really difficult for these two ladies again to go back to that remote village. Now why? Because Shanta Bhava. So they are not part of, they are not disturbed. They know what is going to happen. When we were young, anything usually we used to get agitated. Why this is happening? Why that? But the elderly people, because they have seen this, because they of their experience, they will say, wait, it's okay. You need not to be so much worried. It will be all right. So there are five: Shanta, Dashya, then Madhura, Vatsalya, and Shakya. These are the five bhavas are there. Attitude towards God. Can you imagine? The God is there. I must be afraid of God. God-fearing person. In English they say. I say no. God. It must be God-loving. Why should he be afraid of God? God is our creator. God is our father. God is our mother. Why should we be afraid of God? Not God-fearing person. God-loving person. We love God. Why? He is our own self. He is so close to us. So this is the benefit of Ishtadevata. We are choosing. Others, they don't have any option. Sometimes very regimented religion, if you don't believe it or follow it, if you have a question about it, then you'll be punished. But Hinduism is not that regimented. It is completely freedom. You can make your own God. One person came to Sri Ramakrishna and said, Sir, you are asking me to pray to God. But whenever I close my eyes to meditate on my God, I see the face of my grandchild or maybe nephew, I'm forgetting. And Sri Ramakrishna, oh, you see that? Sometimes it happens. The little child, and I always see him, I like him. So whenever I am closing to see God, I see his face. What I should do, Sri Ramakrishna said, think that is your Krishna, that is your God, and pray to him. This broadness is Hinduism. This broadness is there. Only thing, you have to concentrate your mind. How to concentrate? You have to withdraw the mind from different objects of the world. Here begins the practice. The ideology that the religion is giving you an opportunity to choose your own God. This is a great thing. You can choose your own God. Hindus don't understand how broad is Hinduism. They don't understand it. And when you are completely free, you don't understand what is the meaning of freedom. The Americans, they won't understand what is America. And when they go to the Middle East, when they go to Pakistan and other places, sorry, I'm taking the name. But in the places like that, then they will understand what is freedom. It's so difficult. I should not take the name, but there are places so difficult. You cannot do this, you cannot do that. Why you have to keep the beard? I don't like it because it all the time is itching. No, this is the religion, you have to grow the beard. And if you are not growing the beard, then they will, on the street, they will stop you and ask, how old are you? 22. Give him 22 as a slashing. Why? He has cut the beard and that is against. This is happening. So much of restrictions, the people there thinking, oh my God, how I can survive? Freedom, freedom, freedom. Freedom is the first condition of growth, Swami Vivekananda said. Freedom, freedom, freedom. Freedom is the song of the soul. We always need freedom. I should think in my own way. I should grow in my own way. I'm not going to harm anyone. I'm not going to disturb anyone. But let me grow in my own way. And what is that growth? Love within, happiness within, peace within. And I can really pray for others. I feel for others. That is the growth in spiritual life. Transformation. The transformation will come if we have a chosen God. Because I am concentrating on that God or goddess. And then obviously I'm thinking, oh, now it is evening and the God is sitting there dark. I must go back and put the light because my God is sitting on dark. Oh, this is the morning time. I must go and open the shrine. God must have got up from the sleep, so I must help the God to see. So like that way, you're constantly thinking about God. You will find that in any Hindu house you go, almost a little traditional, ultra modern, I don't know, but mostly wherever I go, I find they have a small place where they have kept all the gods and goddesses. And problem is, sometimes they'll be asking, Maharaj, there is no time to clean those gods and goddesses. So many are there. Then when I will pray, that is the problem. So many gods and goddesses. Anyone bringing one, they will be placing that, and they cannot throw because Ganesha, then Hanumanji, then these, then that. So it becomes so many. And no problem. Inside there will be one whom he or she loves, likes. That is the Ishta Devata. Now, I am doing worship and taking care of my Ishta Devata regularly. And what is happening? I am thinking of God constantly. The moment you think of God, you become pure. When you look at God and forget the world, you become pure. So the Ishta Devata become that supreme God. Just now we were singing the prayer Khandana Bhavabandhana. Look at it, how it goes. The Khandana Bhavabandhana. Bandhan means I am chained as if. So give me the freedom. Khandana, you break that bondage. Jado Bandhana Banditumai. The whole world praise you, I also join in that. Then he is mentioning, who is that? Niranjana, one who is not having any desire. Niranjana is free from any blame. So that is the Niranjana. And what is the blame? My desire, my selfishness. Niranjana, you have taken the human form, Nararupadhara. You have taken the human form, Nirguna, Gunamai. You are the Nirguna. You don't have that any guna. Guna means Sattva Rajatama. And again, you have the gunas. Why? For me only. You have taken the human form only for me. You have come down so that I can concentrate on you. I can love you. I can pray to you. Sometimes the devotees, they come, some problem, and actually in the life, the struggle is there. I always go and pray to Mother, go and pray to her alone, and pray in the way so that you can cry before her. As a daughter and the mother, they always talk, same way we talk with the mother. The daughters and the mother, they do always, the son and the father, they don't talk much. But the daughter and the mother, they will be talking about the recipe, about these, about that, what you have purchased, what you are doing. They have a different way of another communication and they love each other. And that is the normal way mother-daughter relation. Go and talk to mother in that way. Tell everything to mother and pray her support. Pray for her support. You will see everything will be all right. So the personal God, who is a guru, that becomes the personal God, and that becomes the supreme God. So this is the way we get the benefit. I am praying to God, please make me free from the bondage of this world. What are the bondages of this world? Desire. Otherwise, I am free. Now, let us discuss about the Vedanta. Vedanta, in this Advaita Vedanta, they say you are basically completely free. Only thing, you are thinking that you are bound. That is the problem. the psychotic people that you always think that some problem is coming. Sometimes the people, the Swamiji, I don't know why, all the time people are following me. They are whatever I do, whatever I talk, they are noticing it. Nobody is noticing. That person is thinking in that way. Now slowly, you have to take him or her to a psychiatric, and that is the patient. And they have the system, they will be giving the medicine and some of the practices. You have to cure yourself in thinking. We develop those thoughts. I was normal. Suddenly I started thinking. Suddenly I started seeing schizophrenia, that is, we think. We see things truly, and we think it is there. And that is there, this reality. So obviously, this world is nothing but the same imagination. And I at this moment don't believe it, don't understand it. I think how that can be? I have a family, I have this, I have that, I have struggled so much. Now this is nothing. How can you say that? And I have spent nearly 50, 60, 70 years over here. And you say it is nothing. But truly it is nothing. Like the dream. The dream, when I am dreaming, may hardly for 10 minutes. But in the 10 minutes I see the 60 years or 70 years I have passed. Such a long period, 10 minutes. Same way this. Why we can't understand that? Maya. This is a very powerful weapon that the God is having only for her divine play. God wants that we should have this game. Go on. So he binds our mind with the Maya. What the Maya does, Maya covers the original thing and puts something else on that so that I am attracted to that. Look at our body. What is there in the body? Shankaracharya, he has very clearly given what is their structure is there. What is the structure? Bones. And over the bones there are some marrows and then the flesh and then the fat and all those things, and then nicely covered with the skin. Bus. Now we are so much, oh beautiful, good looking, bad looking, this looking, that looking. No, this is nothing actually. You just take out the skin and what is there? Oh my God. The doctors did know how filthy, how difficult things, terrible things are there. If you see, it is very difficult. Those only have the medical, that they only can understand, accept that. Once I saw a open body, it took me 3 days to come out of that. It's terrible, this body. And very bad smell, but we like so much this body. If you go to the airport, they are selling the so many what's it called, sprayers, the different type smelling, all there. Why? Because originally it is bad smell. That's why. But we love our body. We love our body, and that is Maya. We cannot but do it. We imagine this is a beautiful thing, this is that thing. We imagine and then we get attached to that. This is very peculiar. So that we have to grow from there. What is the Hindu philosophy? You have to grow. You have to get yourself matured in spiritual life. And what is the maturity? Understanding clearly the truth. And what is the truth? This is so very temporary. But unfortunately, we are taking it so seriously, thinking this is going to give me the eternal happiness and joy. But it is nothing. It's actually nothing. I am imagining that I am enjoying. So sometimes the advertisement will be there. The summertime, we will take you to heaven. What is the advertisement? Then if you come with us, then we will take you a seashore, and on the beach there will be, you can go down and then bathe in the that ocean water, lie down over here. People, they're going and taking bath in the ocean water, which is salty, and then coming and lying down on the sand. You cannot lie on the sand, it's so difficult to lie, but they're thinking they're enjoying. By seeing the title, I have to look at it. Why they are spending money to do that? But they spend so much of money thinking they're enjoying. But what do they do ultimately? They go back to the hotel and in a fresh water again. Okay. Then why I have spent so much of money to go to the seashore and then I could bathe in my room itself? Why should I have to spend so much money? But tourism, so they will advertise in such a way, you will feel, and other neighbors will say, oh, you have not visited. Oh my God, 3 times I have gone. Now it becomes a prestige issue. It becomes a prestige issue. Oh, they have gone 3 times, I have not gone once, I should go. So all these things are nothing but Maya. Nothing but Maya. But we don't take it that way. We think it seriously. And that is the reason all this conflict. What is spirituality? Understanding this properly. That's all. How? This is the question. How to understand? Who can give me the real directions? Here comes the guru. If he is a real guru, he will understand the psychology and tell you, do this and do that. And slowly, first thing the guru will do, breaking your ego, then eradicating your desires, and then only he will say, go and meditate and take the name of God. Ma Sharadamani Devi, he is now saying, first you have to come and you have to give up your ego. So when we join in the Ramakrishna mission, and the mostly educated people and from the good wealthy families, good family. But first thing they will ask you to sweep the floor, wash this, do that, and so many different in an Indian society, we don't think the boys will do those things. So obviously, of course, in foreign countries, because you don't get the working hands, so you do all this. It's okay, normal, natural. Here the Indians, they come, they're so experts in washing the dishes. But when they go back to India, they will never do it. So the funny thing happened, one husband and wife, then the husband told, no, I am not going to wash the dishes or cleaning the bathroom, nothing. This is you should do. Then the wife told, Acha, okay then. It is your family, it is my family, both. So 50-50. But he was not agreeing. The wife then went to the hotel and stayed there for 15 days, leaving the husband over there. So you help yourself. Then husband truly found that he cannot do anything. Then he went to the hotel and prayed, please come and whatever the way you dictate, I will do that. Or I don't know how to do. So then now they are happy. So this is the way it always we learn. You have to break your ego. And what is this ego? I. Whom you say I? This body. And suppose you are 50 years old. Before 50 years, where was this I? And suppose you will survive up to 80 years. After 80 years, where this I will go? If this is the I, this body, we will always put this finger on our body and say I. And you were a small little baby. Now you're a grown-up man. The body is changing. Which I then? Which one? The baby? Or the young? Or the old? Which one is I? No one can answer. A confused thing. But we say I. Because the Russia is saying I, and because this is I, this all this war is going on. Just because of the I. It's not the whole country wants that. Only one person sitting over there, I, and then he. So many things that he is doing. He got the opportunity to serve the people. Last birth, they must have done very good thing. So they got the opportunity to be the leader of all these people. But this time, because of the I, they are creating all problem for their own people and for the other people also. Next birth again he'll be suffering. And then somebody will see, oh, see how God is giving punishment to this person. So God is not good. You have not seen what he has done first. The punishment should be there. And this life he cannot go to jail because he is sitting over here. He is putting everybody in the jail. But somebody should give the punishment because of the action. Result will be there. So we believe rebirth theory. Rebirth is, otherwise you won't be able to answer many questions. So when I am taking rebirth, how I am taking rebirth? Tomorrow, but to some extent we will be discussing about that, and that is not that is our Ashrama Sunday discourse. I will be recording from here and send it to there. It is about the Upanishad that we are studying, Chandaka Upanishad. It is mentioning how the soul that travels. And it's true. And Upanishad rishis, they have seen it. Bhagavan Sri Ramakrishna saw it. So we must be careful about our karma. And karma, that means the action that we do, and we do that in three different ways: through our thought, mentally, through our physical action, and also through the words. And we must be very, very careful. We should not hurt anyone. That's the first thing. What the Guru will say, your karma should be purified. And after the karmas are purified, don't behave people with like that way. Don't think in this way. Don't criticize people. Slowly, 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 you are becoming purified. And the final purification, when you don't have any ego, but you are self-confident. It is not a jellyfish existence. Oh, I don't have ego, anybody can do anything to with me. No, I have a great personality. People won't be able to do anything with me. But at the same time, I am not egoistic. And this is a very subtle point when you completely free from ego, at the same time, complete faith. Again, example, Mahavir Hanumanji. He is completely free from ego, but completely self-confident. Swami Vivekananda said, become self-confident. When you are becoming self-confident, I can do it. When others can do, I too can do. Maybe they can do in a one chance. I have to try 3 times, no matter. I will perform. I will do that. But I can do that. This is the first step. The Guru is teaching you to develop the self-confidence first. Secondly, you have to understand the ego that I always feel, that is a bondage. I have to remove that bondage. Third, when the ego is not there, then whatever you do is a dedication to God. Without ego, whatever you do is a dedication to God. You cannot simply sit without doing any work. Nature will provoke you to work. Someone was telling, Maharaj, I am retired, can I come and join in the Ashrama? I told, no, you have other things to do in the house. Because I know the moment the person will come, you will start dictating us. He can't sit quiet. We have a system.
Follow the system.
And they own, because now it is his habit, now he's old. I cannot change him now. What he will do, why this is this, why this is that, another problem will come. Now, that is the reason you cannot do that at that time. You have to be young to start. Or you have to be very, very determined that I am going to change myself. And religion is that changes. And it gives you tremendous joy, the happiness. When you are working, whatever you are doing, you don't feel that I am suffering. Oh, they are giving the duty, how should I do, what should I do, like that. Nothing like that. You are doing that with the happiness, with the joy. I am doing it for God. There is a beautiful story that one person, after the First World War, or in a war, I don't know, he lost his leg. Then he thought that what I am going to do in the world, let me join in the monastery. He joined in a Christian monastery. And there, one day, and naturally, he was not able to walk properly, it is a very ancient time story, not like the modern days. He used to use the clutches, he could not help in that way. But one day, the abbot, the in charge of that monastery, he go to the market and purchase these things for us. There's some guests are coming. And he told me, walking all the way over there, and it is snowing, it is slippery, how can I walk? I'm having a clutch. Other people they can go. But he could not say it to the abbot. So he came out. He was going on talking with God. How come the abbot cannot understand me? Why he has given me this job today? Now the weather is so bad. And how I will hold the umbrella and at the same time my clutch, at the same time all the groceries that I am going to purchase. Other good people were there, they could go, but why me? And he was going on, not talking to the abbot, but talking to God constantly. He went on talking with the God and complaining, and it is you that you are doing. You want me to suffer. Okay, let me suffer. And he went on talking like that. He went to the market, he purchased the things, he came back, and when he reached back, then only he thought, when I went.
I forgot.
Because his whole mind was with God, so he didn't notice the snow and the road and the constantly with God. And then he started burst in cry, God, please give me this suffering so that I can remember you. When there is no challenges, when there is no suffering, I forget God. So please give me that so that I can. So by this way, ego goes away. The spirituality means completely freedom from ego. And when ego is not there, you enjoy. When the ego is there, always you feel, oh, why they have not called me, why they have not done this, why they have... Otherwise, you are simple, so the children, they're so happy. When they're sitting over here, somebody will come, hey, go from here, go to town, and they go. So no problem for them. But suppose a senior person sitting here, and you come and say, hey, go from here. Why you should say like that? I have given donation $100 yesterday. Now he's asking me to go away. Now all these things will come because the ego. The children, they don't have any ego. So the first thing is the ego. How we will learn it? By seeing Bhagavan Sri Ramakrishna. He was such a respected person, and all big shots in those days used to come to him. But he was just like a young boy. No ego at all. Ishta Devata. They help us to understand that. Sri Ramachandra, he was confident, at the same time very truthful. As because the Father has given the word, I must take that. And not blaming anyone. When the other brothers, they are so angry with the mother who wanted that. Ramachandra said, no, she is more loving to me than my own mother. That is called ego-free, self-confident. I will take care myself, no problem for me. But one should not insult the mother. She wanted that her son should be the king. And all mothers, they want like that. What is the problem? Why are you thinking that way? Suppose I am not a king, what happened? Nothing. Rather, I will enjoy the freedom. I will move from here to there, and then all the rishis are there living in the forest, all the best people. I will go and live with them. So the way he is thinking, that is called spiritual growth. Why the God has taken the human form, Ramachandra, why he is behaving like that to teach us what? These. This is called Ishta Devata. Bhagavan Sri Ramakrishna, that is the reason he said, you should take the name of God and at the same time remember their qualities. If you don't remember their qualities, then you are not imbibing those qualities within yourself. Only taking the name of God means what? Rama is everywhere. I saw a truck, RAM. Then one little girl was there, and I told, see, they are also taking the name of Rama. She saw and said, it is not Rama, it is Rama. there's the car, and it is not a Rama. So it is not your Rama, and your Rama, it is your Rama also. But anyway, this Sri Rama means you go on taking the name of Rama to what? If you don't know the quality of the Rama, so how the Ishta Devata will help you? You have to know their qualities. What the Sri Krishna did. Sri Krishna always supported the truth, the honesty. He could become the king of the whole within India. But no, he never ever did that. Did you notice that? After conquering and vanishing, then he will ask the son of that king to be the king. He only punished those who were not following the proper way and creating problems for the ordinary people. So that was his dharma sthapan. But he, for himself, nothing. So that tyaga in Krishna, it is always there. Bhagavan Sri Ramakrishna, we find everything. Tyagishwara, Swami Vivekananda. So what is the tyaga? Ego. He was not having the money. He was not having the certificates from universities. But what then he was having? Completely free from ego, but wonderful self-respect, self-confidence. He will never ever do anything that will hurt others. And these are the wonderful qualities, the broadness that we see, that is Sri Ramakrishna. So how this Ishta concept is going to help us? Ma Sharada Mani Sevi says, always repeat the name of the chosen idol like the ever moving hand of the clock. Sometimes some people will say, how many times I should take the name after taking the initiation? When I say 108 times you should repeat the name of God, was 108 times in one time, or we can break it? 108 times. It takes only 2 minutes maximum, but still 108 times. And they will forget, and they make something either adding or subtracting only one name, that also. But they can remember so many things. They remember their bank pass account, they remember their what's called computer, the account number, so many things they remember. Only names of God can't remember. Why? Because the love is not there. If you have the love, then only you remember. If you don't have that love. So first thing that you have to develop the love. How you will understand the love? Through Guru. What the Guru will say, Guru will guide you. This is the way. If you are doing it, you are going to get the benefit. What is that benefit? You will always be happy. always be happy, all the time. It is not the only life as we are. It is not the only life. Next life, next life, next life. And in all this journey, all these friends that you see now, relatives that you see now, helpers and supporters that you see now, they won't be there. But only one person will always be with you. That is your God. The God will be always with you. And this God will never say no to you. So at the time of death, if you say, the God, please come before me, I like to see, God will surely come. There is a beautiful story in the Mahabharata we find, and also in the Bhagavata, when the Lord Bhishma, he was about to die, he was waiting for his death, and he was not dying. You know why? He wanted his God to come before him,
Oh.
so that I should look at the God and then I should die. And his God was Sri Krishna. He never disclosed it. Secretly, he used to worship Krishna, and he never disclosed. Now, the God knows the mind of the people. He understood, Krishna understood that the Bhishma is getting ready to give up his body, but unless I go, he won't do that. So one day he created a doubt in the mind of Yudhishthira. The Yudhishthira told, I have a question. Who can give me the answer? Krishna is by his side. But Yudhishthira, he was not having the confidence on Krishna. Then the Krishna suggested, why not your grandfather? He is still alive, and you can go and ask and he can talk to you. The grandfather was lying on the bed of arrows, but that grandfather give the answer. So he said, yes, that is a good way to look. So all people, they all came. When the king is going, naturally all other people are going. And they came to the Bhishma. After hearing the question, Bhishma said, won't you understand? The God himself, the Krishna himself, he was by your side. But you are not asking him for the answer. You are coming to me means what? He wants to give me this respect. He could give the answer, but he won't give. He is giving me the opportunity to give the answer so that I get all the respect from the world. Oh, Bhishma is a great person, very knowledgeable person. That is God. Completely free from ego. And in the Bhishma, he said, you know my secret. That is the time he disclosed. Who is my God? Krishna. But I fought with Krishna, because that was the way I was worshipping him. I was constantly looking at Krishna, what he is doing, but I was worshipping him by shooting arrow at him. So that is the way I worshipped. And now today, this moment, I am going to leave my body. And I took the oath, until the God comes before me, and I will look at the face of God, then only I will give my body, only to bless me with that, fulfill my desire. Today the God has come before me. He is standing only for that purpose. The God always helps us, listen to us. But we have to understand this. So this is the way we get the benefit of Ishta Devata. So one should meditate on one's chosen deity as one goes on making japa. As the mother says. Japa means repetition of the God's name and then meditating on that particular form. I am taking a name and I am meditating on that particular form. If this both goes together, then you get the benefit of japa and dhyana. So if this is the way Bhagavan Sri Ramakrishna, he is mentioning, ultimately what happens? This is the Maya that I was talking about. The Maya goes away because you are constantly thinking of God. Maya is the power of God. You cannot remove the Maya, but God can remove. It is the power of God. Suppose there is a dog, the moment you are approaching, the dog will bark and they will come to bite you. If you pray to the owner, hey, please stop the dog, and the owner will call the dog and immediately dog will stop. Same way, Maya is under control of the God. So if you tell the God, please remove your Maya, then God will remove the Maya. You see the truth. And what is the truth? You were always with God. You never became disassociated. You were thinking. You know, friends, I had a great experience over here in Chicago, and there is a new, the amusement thing has come. They invited me to inaugurate that. And inauguration means when I entered into that, it was a big room like this. That's all. This much only, the room. Nothing is there, completely nothing. Only they put a glass on me and they were giving some to hear. And they told Swamiji, these are the choices, you can choose. Do you like to go to the zombies and they will be coming to you, you have to kill them, shoot them, or you like to go into the jungle where the tigers and animals, they will be coming to you, or you are lost in the desert, like that. Then dinosaurs. I told, why not go to dinosaurs? Since it is nothing but imagination, let us go to the dinosaurs. So, four of us, the two group they made, so four of us, they put in that. The moment they start, I was telling myself, I'm a Vedantin, I practice Vedanta, and I will always say the Maya, Maya, Maya. And when they were putting me that gear, covering to cover the face and all that, so I was telling to myself, this is nothing real. Completely, they are going to show me some movie. But the moment they started, I forgot. And I saw myself standing in a place where all around were terrible dinosaurs. And they're coming to attack me. And they gave me the gun and told the gun it is having the 12 bullets. After that, you have to put the bullet.
Oh my!
You have to change that what's the magazine. And you have to put the again magazine. What is the magazine? There is the magazine you have to put like this. I was holding, oh my God, and it's coming so fast and all the bullets are over. Where is the magazine? I was perspiring. Then suddenly the lift came. Where from we don't know. Then they came and somebody told, just go over there. You are going over there. Other people, when they are seeing, they are laughing because I am going so carefully and standing on that and that. I am feeling it is carrying me so fast. And below, the long, huge ditch. And there also the dinosaurs are sitting over there. Oh my God. Then they took me to one place. With me, Arup was there. You know that young boy. So the one dinosaurs were attacking, and then I shot to that. So all this thing happened. When they took it out, I saw where I stood, I am standing there. And nothing happened. You must go and see that. That is called Maya. And if you go to Jambi and all that, that may be terrible. That if you have the likings, you can. But you really, science has proved immediately, only for 10 minutes. And you feel that you are there for years together. And that is Maya. You can see yourself, you can see the other companions, you can see the other people also. They're also moving so carefully, but nobody is moving. Only they're feeling they're moving. I don't know how they have made, that is all AI system. My God, I told this is Maya. And that If that is Maya, this life is also Maya.
Maya.
I am thinking that I am shifted from here to there, this is happening, that is happening. And the people that say, Swamiji, I cannot come because we are shifting from Chicago to San Francisco and all that. And when that cap will be removed from them, they will say they are there where they were. So that is called God realization. We are divine, we are gods. Only somebody has given, the God has given that gap into us. And now, because of that, we are thinking, I am a monk, you are the householder, you are a professor, you are this, you are that. This is going on. When the cap will be taken out, you are all on the God and nothing else. This much only. The whole religion is nothing but understanding this. To remove that cap of Maya, we have to pray and pray to our Ishta Devata. Then what will happen? It says in this way, then you are bound and limited, but your Ishta Devata is not limited. I am bound, I am limited, but my Ishta Devata is not. That when you are praying to Bhagavan Sri Ramakrishna, you are Niranjana Nararupadara. So we are praying to. Then slowly, you become one with the Ishta Devata. And when you become one with Ishta Devata, you realize God. In the meditation time, first God is there, I am here, I am meditating, I am praying. And then slowly, I see that my Ishta Devata, my Guru, my Ishta Devata, they become one. Then ultimately I too join them, and we all become nothing but the feeling of happiness. And the light that we see and a feeling of happiness. The three become one. That is the ultimate. And Bhagavan Sri Ramakrishna, in his own way, he said, Bhagavat, Bhakta, Bhagavan. Bhagavan means the God. Bhakta, the student, who is trying to realize God. And Bhagavat is the Guru, the teacher, the book, the scripture, which is helping you to understand. So when these three become in one line, Triputi Veda, three means three. What are the three? The Guru, the knowledge, and the one who wants that knowledge, and the object that about whom you like to know. So the God, the student, and the scripture, that all become one. Guru, Ishta, and I become one. That oneness is ultimate. When you see that oneness, there is no two. And when you don't see the two, there is no fear of losing. When there is two, there is a competition. And there is only one, there is no competition at all. So no fear. So you become completely fearless and extremely happy and eternally existing, because nothing to lose and nowhere to go. So that is the ultimate of the spiritual life. Thank you, friends. So we need a God to realize God. Thank you. If you have any question, you can please ask. Another 6-7 minutes are there. Any question is there? Yeah. Please.
No question.
Mara, when, as you said, God is always there, and while you're doing, when people have troubles, especially, I mean, like in general, then they start not believing in God. Why I'm in trouble, you know? So they say I'm atheist or I'm agnostic because nothing is going the way I want it to go. And if we keep thinking about God, you know, then of course, you know, it may not resolve the problem, but it gives you the strength. That's what I understand. But a lot of the time, you know, the younger, you know, for example,
I can
my
understand it.
sons, you know,
Suppose you have a problem, and that is the time we lose the faith in the existence of God. So we expect that the God is always should be there to help me.
help me.
But what about your karma phala? As we were discussing, we just mentioned, so that each and every one of us, because of our past karma, because of the past deed, whatever action we do, and in this life also we are doing so many other things. So obviously all that accumulates and result will be there. You have given suffering to someone, and the effect, suffering. You have given suffering to someone, then naturally the effect will be the suffering. And this is the suffering coming to you. You have to understand that. And you should not blame this because of this person or that person. They are only the via media, but the suffering is coming because of you, that particular action that you did in the past. It is better now. If you again make the mistake, again that will be the problem. It is better now, pray to God, cling to God, hold on to God, and say, I did maybe sometime, I've forgotten, I don't remember. I must have done something wrong. In this life I am suffering. I don't have any, I'm not blaming anyone, but oh God, please forgive me and give me your blessings. If you pray like that, it will be lessened, suffering will be lessened, for sure. And this is the assurance that Ma Sharadamani Devi has given. And she told, suppose you were supposed to be amputed because of your wrong action, and if you are praying to God regularly, then instead of the amputation, you will have maybe a small something will prick in your feet. That much pain will be there. But the tremendous suffering that we are supposed to get, that will be eradicated. So this is the way the God helps us. But if you don't believe, if you blame God, then again you are doing something wrong. For that, again suffering, again suffering. Choice is ours. If you have the faith and pray, if you don't get anything even, there's nothing wrong. I just prayed, that's okay. You asked me to pray, I prayed. But if you pray, effect will be surely good. But you know, this is so subtle. We don't see this, so we cannot understand. Let me ask a question. Why should we not believe in the karma phala? If there is no karma phala, then two brothers would have become same. Same parentage, maybe same schooling, same environment they are growing up, same neighborhood. All this, everything is same. Why the two brothers, when they grow up, become two different personalities? Karma phala. That proves the karma phala. Otherwise, they would have been exactly same. Same thing would have happened to them. But no, someone is very good and someone is not. So there are so many stories are also there, and we see in the world also. That proves the karma is there. So, is there any question?
Yeah. So one of the keys that you had mentioned was just like allowing yourself to contemplate like God's attributes, right? And like when I just try to like sit down and like think about the mercy of God or something like that, it's hard to like force that and to like have like meaningful thoughts surrounding, you know, his attributes like enter my mind just kind of seamlessly. So like how do you allow yourself to like fall into that rather than trying to force it, of that absorption in God?
Okay, what did you say?
Like how do you allow yourself to fall into that absorption, like that contemplation of God, rather than you know, like trying to force it and not achieving the results that you would get now.
How does absorption in God become a natural process rather than a forced process?
Okay. Then
Did I get
Yeah,
that?
yeah, thank you.
it should be the natural process, not imposing, right, Dad?
Yeah.
Huh?
The question is how? How does?
How does it is natural? It is natural, but as this moment, as because we do not understand, so we are not doing it. But love for God is natural in me because I am that God. This moment I have forgotten only. So what the Guru they do, they remove all the coverages only, that's all, and nothing else. Then it becomes natural. So as an example, they say there is a mirror, and mirror is supposed to reflect. But I go and I don't see the reflection of my image over there. Why? Because dirt is there. So much of dirt is there. So I go on cleaning. When everything is clean, then I see my reflection in the mirror. Similarly, the God realization, love for God, it is natural. But so many desires are there that I don't reach over there. So when I remove those desires slowly, then I get that. What are the desires? Hankering for happiness. I go to maybe Chinese restaurant to get a joy. I go to some other restaurant to joy. For happiness only, different taste. But then, it is not the food that gives me the happiness. It is my wishes that gives the happiness. So ultimately, when I reach to that, I see, oh, this was me only. I had to think. So you have to remove one after another the layers that is there on your own self. And if you remove those layers, you will be the fountain of happiness. That is the main. But removing is called sadhana. Removing is the austerity. It may take this life, next life, many lives. So one has to be very patient. Bhagavan Buddha, he became Buddha after 500 lives. He could remember that. Maybe before also. But he could remember 500 lives. Bhagavan Buddha, he could remember 500. Once he was a bird, once he was a tiger, once he was an elephant, once he was an ordinary person. So many lives he passed. Then ultimately he became Buddha after 500 years. But all he remembered. So we should not give up. I am not giving up. I am holding to you. And that way, if you have that tremendous power, then you will realize God. And what will happen if you realize God? It's the joy, eternal joy, which will never leave you. God is the source of happiness. That is the joy.
Alright, is it possible for your East Devta to change over time? Like as a child, if someone was attracted to Shiva, then growing up, they are now more attracted to the Devi. So is there a possibility for that to happen, or?
Yes, Ishta Devata, only Guru can give you the choice. Because as a child, it's just fun. I like Ganesha, I like Mahavira. You hear the stories, and like the children, they choose the dolls, like that you choose. That is not very serious. But if you are seriously choosing like Mirabai was a very young girl, but her father told, Krishna is your husband, but she took it so seriously, whole life the Krishna became. But that is an exception. Or otherwise, when you grow up, we do not know what God, then you go to the Guru. And how you will choose a Guru? How you will know who is a good person who can really help you? You must see that person is completely free from ego and he is not having any selfish motive. Free from selfish motive, and he is having love. These are the two qualities that will take you to a real guru. Otherwise, very difficult to choose a guru. The people all the time advertising and this guru, that guru. Obviously, the one must be very careful. For that also you have to pray to God. Then give me a good guru so that I can. But anyway, when the guru gives, this is your ishta, stick to that. Hold on to that. So we say Shanti 3 times and we conclude. Repeat after me. So it will be, and when you are repeating, first time think all this nature is all favorable with you. Then second, these all beings around you favorable with you. And third, your own body and mind is peaceful. The first is Om Shanti. Say
Om Shanti.
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 Harihi Om.
Hari Om.
Tat Sat.
Tatsat.
Sri Ramakrishna.
Sri Ramakrishna.
Arpanamastu.
Arpanamastu.
I offer my everything at the feet of God. So that Arpanam must do. So wonderful. Thank you.
So tomorrow at 1:30, there's a lecture at the SV temple. So please come for that. This is their annual Vivekananda Day celebration. And at 12:30, from 12 to 1, Maharaj is giving a talk to the Chicago Hindu temple that will be streamed online on the Chicago Vedanta website. So you can attend that also. And the topic there is Chandogya Upanishad.
What happens to the soul after death? What happened to the soul after death? That is the topic.